Hi Virgos, welcome to your October 2017 reading. I think that was like my 13th take trying to get that one sentence out. Um, Hopefully everybody's doing all right. I've been MIA for a while. I apologize, you guys. Getting things in order. There's going to be a shift here. I might not be able to get the mid-months out. It's just I'm getting a different job. My schedule is changing, so I have to get things into check here and scheduled and prioritized, and it's been just a headache, really. Uh, and I'm pretty sure Virgos have been dealing with a lot of. I'm getting an energy like some Virgos have been irritated lately, so I kind of feel like people might have come to you, and this happens quite often with Virgos that asked for advice, didn't take it, and Virgos already foreseen what was going to happen, and you have a lot of people coming around you. I think you're irritated with some people. But just relax, Virgos. Try not to try not to let things bother you. All right. I am picking up like a little bit of an irritated energy. Okay, so I'm going to be covering homework and relationships. Relationships come in all forms. You got one card that just fell. It's Six of Wands. So relationships come in the form of partnerships, which is like, it could be relationships with coworkers, siblings, friends, uh, parents, grandparents. So keep that in mind. There's a stigma on the relationship sector. People are like, oh my God, it's my loved one. It's my spouse. It doesn't necessarily always mean that. I deal with energies. So in energies, I don't. Okay, the cards are coming out. I don't necessarily get the message that the card has. The cards are a tool for me to harness in on an energy, so I pick up on a specific vibration, which sounds weird, but it just is. We have the next card is the King of Wands. We have the Five of Swords. So I think that's where I was picking up the a little bit of annoyance energy. I'm picking it up at home. Uh, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is my avatar card, you guys, because she's blue, like an avatar is. We have the Emperor. Virgos, you guys got a strong stance at work. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And Virgos, you guys have been popping up in a lot of people's readings, too. Uh, so I am going to say that, Virgos, you might be dealing with people and it might irritate you, all right? But um, you're going to have to be patient with them, all right? Because Virgo, not everybody has um, the ability to foresee like you do how a situation is going to play out, right? Like, because you know how to do things. And I've been going over this with people in the readings about how Virgo knows how to do things the correct way over the right way. And yes, there is a difference in that, okay? When you do things correctly, it's a slower process, but it's much more rewarding. When you do things the right way, you're always going to hit a wall in the end. And that's been coming up through a lot of people's readings. So Virgos, you might be getting a lot of people that are going to come to you for guidance, and you're just going to have to be patient with them. All right, you're going to have to use kitty gloves with them. I'm not going to lie. We have the Seven of Swords here. We have the Six of Swords. And we have the Four of Swords. Okay, there is a Virgo out there. I feel like it's more so masculine energy. Um, your child, a child got married. I'm pretty sure it's what I'm picking up. One of your children got married. This is making you sad for some reason. Um, all right, Virgos, you guys got cards just like falling. Okay, Virgos, in your relationships, uh, okay, and relationships come in all forms. Okay, uh, okay, you do have somebody that is. It seems like they are using some sort of manipulation, some sort of trickery around you. It is one person. I feel like Virgos, you're gonna like. Okay, so there is some sort of trickery going on. There is in one of your relationships. So I don't know who it's if it's with a mother, if it's with a family member or a friend. Um, I just woke up, you guys, not too long ago, so you'll have to accept. Excuse me. This is why I don't wear makeup. I like I touch my face a lot. Like touch your eye, and then if you got makeup on, and suddenly you got like you look like Beetlejuice. You got makeup everywhere. Where I'm like a child. I'm 32, but like I'm like a grown child. I do have strong Leo and Sag in me. Um, hmm. Some of you guys are developing a plan. It seems like, and okay, I'm getting the right thing and the correct thing for you guys, but I don't understand that because you're a Virgo, where you know this. Hmm. Okay, Virgos. So I'm gonna give an example of the right thing and the correct thing because this is coming strongly through here, and I'm not sure why. I picked this up in a few readings here. You guys are taking a firm stance here, where you're so it's almost like okay, it's almost like you're trying to prove a point to somebody, so you're missing the correct thing here, or you're so firm on trying to get something done that you're missing some pieces. So, for an example of the difference between the right thing and the correct thing, is what can we use? Okay, we'll use YouTube. Okay, so on YouTube, you'll see people that they lock their subscriptions, their comments, and they'll leave. Some people leave their likes on, so like they'll have that makes the appearance giving them a higher audience, right? It appears that people like their content, right? They'll get a wider audience down in the long run. Okay, but is that right? Sure. Okay, that's consumer behavior. All right, they're trying to use consumer behavior. Okay, but here's the thing: those people haven't researched, and honestly, they're shooting themselves in the foot. And I'll tell you why. Is it right for them to do that? Sure. That will give you short term. That'll give you a short term instant gratification. You will get it. Okay. Long term wise, the damage that it'll do is long term wise, they're going to be stunted. Okay. Uh, I'm just using this as an example. I've studied a lot of consumer behavior, marketing, all that stuff. Uh, I got certifications in it. And human behavior and psychology, I find fascinating. I got Mars, Venus, Aquarius, and those people tend to be very in tune with psychology, not just naturally, most of them. Okay, so long term wise, uh, the what happens is these people have such their egos are so stroked that they shoot themselves in the foot. Okay, because when you leave the comments open, yes, are you gonna get are you gonna get trolls that are haters? Yes. Are you going to get honest feedback? Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't, right? Okay, but it's important to try to, some people have some good guidance and some good wisdom behind them, and their intentions are to help you, so they'll leave actual legit comments for you to help you improve. And I'm very blessed. I got some of the best viewers out here. Like, I do this for free. This is something I do for free, and I'm very blessed to have such awesome viewers that I do. You guys are awesome, I will say that. But long term wise, these people's egos get so full that they end up shooting themselves in the foot, because they're okay when the comments are open, subscriptions are open. Yes, you'll lose and you'll gain. You'll always lose and you'll gain, right? Some people, okay, when that happens, okay, your ego might be bruised a little by some of the comments. There are some nasty people out there, but that's all part of the process. That's part of the journey. That's there to humble you. You need some sort of humbling so your ego doesn't get so full, right? Okay. So, like, if you lock all of that stuff, what happens is you become your own worst enemy. You're not feeding light at that point. You're feeding darkness. You're feeding the beast within. You're like, because they've locked everything, their ego is just getting so full of themselves that they're actually going to shoot themselves in the foot. They don't even notice it. And why don't they notice it? Because they fed the beast within. The beast is just so uh, smug and joy and full of joy that they feel like they're superior than everybody and they're doing awesome and so great, but they don't realize that it's okay. They fed the beast. Like, they didn't they didn't feed that pure part of themselves. All right, you need some sort of humbling here, Virgo. So if there's some sort of sense here, there's a difference between the right way and the correct way. And what I just explained there, the people who did things the right way, they took shortcuts. Okay, that you're taking there's shortcuts that are like, maybe some of you are trying to look for a shortcut. Virgos, you know better than that. You know that you can't take shortcuts. Okay, we're looking for the correct way to do things here. I just gave an example because like, this is going on YouTube, and that was the first thing that came to my mind. All right, but there's some sort of consumer behavior, and I've gone this before for you Virgos. Okay, you need to keep that purity to you. You need to understand, and it's hard for Virgos, especially if you guys do a YouTube thing or you're in the public eye. It's very hard for Virgos. They are quite sensitive to when they get a negative comment, and it's not okay. It's not because of Virgos will start to self-doubt. Okay, Virgos, it's part of the process. Okay, it's humbling. It'll keep you humble. Okay, there's a sense here, we don't want to feed the beast. All right, like, we don't want to feed the beast. Okay, and those people that are okay, if you're in some sort of competition with people, I don't know, if you're in some sort of, you're competing with people or whatever, and if their approach is the right way and you're taking the approach of the correct way, don't even worry about it. Okay, don't even pay attention to them, because they are feeding the beast. They're going to allow things, whoever you're dealing with or whomever you're worried about is feeding the beast. You have nothing to worry about. All right, and they're I'm getting a sense of this person's panicking. I don't know if it's one person, but there's somebody that's like, okay, they're using trickery and manipulation. They're quite heavy. They're burdened. Okay, they're going to start feeling the effects of the trickery that they've used. All right, because that is manipulation and trickery. If somebody's done something like that on YouTube, that is manipulation and trickery. It'll only go so far. All right, things always catch up with you eventually. And this is why it's important for you guys to know, to do the correct thing here. I'm not sure, that was just a long spiel. Oh man. Okay, guys, I got a Virgo rising. It's hard for when the camera comes on. I lose like my brain. Like, my vocab is gone too. I don't know. It's the Virgo rising. I get shy when the camera goes on. I'm just like, it's a bunch of brain farts in my head. That's the message I'm getting through. Where you, okay, don't worry, because some of you guys are trying to ground yourself and create something, okay, and you can't be too firm on trying to find a shortcut. There's no shortcut. Okay, you got to stay humble here, Virgo. Of all people, Virgos need. Okay, I worry that when a Virgo gets their purity taken away from them, that means like when they're feeding the beast within. Okay, society loses out on a great deal because Virgos that have purity, they're problem solvers, right? You guys help the world quite a bit. Uh, just know that anything that you're doing in it, as long as you're doing it the correct way, okay, then it'll be noticed. It's going to take longer, and it might be when Capricorn hits Saturn, you'll start to see the benefits of it. And sadly, I'm seeing that these whoever you're competing with, I don't know who this is for, but they're feeling the effects of it now. First of all, they're panicking. I'm getting this like anxiety. So I don't know. But when Saturn hits Capricorn, okay, they're gonna reap what they sowed. All right, and you're gonna reap what you sowed. So don't even worry about it. Okay, so if whatever burden that you're having from it, don't even worry about it. In your relationships, saying any manipulation used will backfire. Okay, Virgo, so this is talking about some of you guys, this is like no silent treatment. All right, like, and Virgos, we're good at that. Let's not lie here, people. Let's be honest. You know how we get, Virgos, when it's like if things are going on, we tend to, we'll start distracting ourselves with work and cleaning. Like if a Virgo has cleaned the house and they're like cleaning the house again, and you're living in that house, well, they're okay. Virgos are clever about how they give the silent treatment. They stay busy, so therefore, they don't feel guilty about giving you the silent treatment because they're busy. There's a sense here, Virgos. Any situations that are coming up, you have to discuss it. You can't distract yourself. All right, like you do have to take action, okay? But you have to rest and you have to contemplate things and you have to think about things. It's saying you have to be very grounded and practical about how you do things, Virgo. Okay, because I am seeing the tortoise and the hare. So the rabbit and the turtle. That whole story about who finishes the race first, and you would think a rabbit would. And actually, I seen this done. I think it was in China. They had a race. It had like a million views. I don't even know why I was watching it. It just popped up. One of those things, and it was a straight line. And they put a rabbit and they put a turtle on there to like you know to finalize the opinion of that whole story to see if it was actually true. And the turtle did win because the rabbit was hopping forward and then taking a few steps back and then going sideways, where the turtle just went straight, a slow, steady pace. You have to take a slow, steady pace here. You are very gung ho. Okay, we have the Emperor and we have the Six of Wands. It's like you're very gung ho, and we have the Four of Swords here, where it's like Virgos, you have to rest to gain your magic. All right, you have to okay. How Virgo does the magician act is because they contemplate things. They see things from all sorts of angles and different perspectives, so they can create the perfect outcome due to that. Due to it's like troubleshooting. They troubleshoot everything before it happens. So they know what's going to happen and if they take each way. All right. You need to contemplate here. Some of you might even need to take a trip. Some of you just became, I am getting like a father in law or a mother in law, and congratulations. Okay. With work, you guys are going to be, I feel like Virgos, you're going to be pushed more into the public or more into, and I got this a while ago too, more into and if you're not doing it, then you need to start doing it, Virgos. Uh, more talking to the bosses about your ideas, okay, Virgos, because you guys have solutions. All right. Most people, when they come with more problems, all right, you come with solutions. You have a solution for a problem. It's saying that it's now time to start voicing that to your superiors and directly to your superiors. All right. So some of you have a vision of like, and when I say vision, it's like you see how to do things in a different manner, okay? And it's time that you start voicing that and not being so behind the scenes, okay? There's a sense here of education too, doing certifications on the side. There's knowledge that you need to gain, though. There's still some knowledge that you need to gain. You have a Knight of Pentacles here, and the Knight of Pentacles, okay, I get different, like everybody's, to me, it's all theories, right? A theory is the best definitive answer until anybody knows any better, right? So like the way people interpret the cards, uh, like the actual meaning of it is a theory for each person. It's different, right? Like, but the Knight of Pentacles, I get that that's a friend. Uh, so this might not even be somebody that's close to you, but it's somebody that's coming in and giving you information that can help you build uh, your kingdom, right? Whether you're male or female, okay? Because females, they have to take on this energy at times too. It's a harder energy for them to take on unless you're in Aries. But there is a sense here that you have to be strong and firm in who you are, Virgos. You do have I'm seeing you do have some solutions for work and your boss. Okay, you got to take it to your boss. Some of you could be traveling for work. Locations. I'm seeing locations. You do have a friend here though that is in tune with the earth, okay? Because in Avatar, her hair is connects with the earth, so she gets messages from the earth. I'm just gonna take a sip of my. It is coffee, people. I did Cancer's reading yesterday. I'm all like so proud of myself. I'm like I quit drinking coffee, and I felt so sluggish yesterday. I'm only having one cup though, you guys. I'm only having one cup. I couldn't even operate yesterday. It was so sad. I was like, screw it. I'm doing good. I used to be up to like, I'm not even lying, people, like 6 cups of coffee a day. And Virgos, damn it. I'm getting, okay. Okay, Virgos, you are sensitive to energy. We talk about this quite often in your reading. Empaths, a big problem with empaths. I went through this with cancers. Actually, I think two cancers responded. They had Virgo in them too, which was, coffee can be a problem for empaths. And they also don't have a schedule. They usually don't have a schedule. They stay up quite late, and they ponder. A lot of them usually are online. If you're a Virgo, you're probably studying something online or researching something online, depending what else you have in your chart. Um, so watch your coffee intake, that because that can be getting you off balance, and that can be prohibiting your abilities as well. It gets your head all going too quickly, and your senses are off, and you can't. There's this you have the the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Swords, where your mind is groggy. You're not in tune with the earth. So this is also talking about eating properly too. Your breakfast, ensuring that you have a proper breakfast before you leave. If you're and drinking too much coffee is gonna mess up your head. Like it is gonna mess up your head. It was pretty long reading, you guys. Okay, so I just pulled an extra card for your work, and we have the Hangman, right? I'm not sure, like, if you guys are younger than 18, there might be some images on this card that you're Well, first of all, I don't think you should be watching this stuff. It's just, but for some people out there that are 18 and older, there could be images on here that you might find offensive. I don't know. The Hangman is pretty much the only card. Uh, what it's saying is, okay, it's now time to take action, um, but your action has to be well thought out. This is not like, it's not telling you to take fast-paced action. You're gonna have to take action from a more you're gonna have to slow it down, but it's saying that you can't not do it, is what it's saying. You cannot take, like, if you have ideas, Virgo, you have to get them out there. You have to speak to your superiors about it. You can't just, you have solutions. Some of you are worried about moving locations. But I also get this sense here, Virgo, you're having a hard time deciding, like, it's picking something. It's like, I don't know if it's because we're in Libra season, you're being all, you're picking up like this wishy-washy. Okay, you have something you want to go for. I'm not, for each of you it's going to be different, right? For some of you this is like talking about a new job. Some of you guys it's talking about a new education. For some of you guys it's like you have a new idea. It could be an invention. Um, it's saying not to waste time. It's saying that, okay, what you have to do is you have to research, you have to have all the details out. Um, it's like, oh, it's almost like preparation for a what do you call that? Public speaking, but it's not like, it's almost like I'm getting like, okay, what do you call that? God damn it! Like camera comes on, my mind is blank, man. Um, it's when you go into an office and you're doing a presentation. It's like you're trying to get a, not a buyer, but an investor. So it's like you possibly might have an idea where you need an investor because you're not capable. I'm seeing a patent. Okay, well, I've tried to study patents before. That's quite complex. Like, it's just one of those things where you like you do circles. Okay, in some scenarios, all right, it's best to go to an expert. It is best to go to an expert. If you have an idea, though, okay, what you need to do is you need to write it down in as much detail as you actually can. Okay, as much detail as you can. Even draw. Pardon me, even draw an image of what it is, um, to the best detailed point that you can, and then you fold it up, put it in an envelope, and then you mail it to yourself. You do not open it, okay? You can make 2 copies if you want, but one of them, okay, you send it out, mail it to yourself. Do not do not open it under any circumstances. Put it somewhere safe, because what happens is it's dated and it's time stamped on there, by the government. So if anybody tries to steal your idea, you have evidence with you. Okay. In some scenario here, Virgos, you're going to have to ask the actual professional for guidance or information. If it is a patent, I'm not going to lie, that's not something that you can just figure out on your own. I mean, I got all the confidence in the world. You're a Virgo, you can do anything. But in some circumstances, okay, with the Emperor here, it's talking about you can't be stubborn, okay, because you could be your own worst enemy at this point. There's some sort of change that needs to happen, and you need to realize that, okay, you may need guidance, all right? If it is a patent, you know, there's actual I don't know if it's an agency, but there are, when I studied it, there were people that's what they do. They strictly do patents, all right? Even if you're not in the process of getting a patent and you need the information, you'll have the knowledge and the wisdom of what you have to do, the steps you have to do to get there. If you have an idea, you want to protect it. Okay, there's a chance somebody could try to steal it. but I am getting a sense. I'm seeing, okay, I'm seeing like I'm not seeing Sagittarius itself, like as a person, as an individual. You could have a Sag. I got this in Scorpio's reading and somebody else's too. It's a Sag Capricorn mix. And that could be the one that's doing this. But don't even worry about it, Virgos. You guys got a longer reading. I am seeing, okay, what I was seeing with Sag is the Archer. And I'm not seeing it as an actual Sag, like having anything to do with you guys. But what I am seeing as the Archer, uh, it's like you guys have your arrow, all right? You have an arrow, okay? And you have your bow, okay, but you haven't shot the arrow. So this means like you haven't aimed, you haven't completely set that goal for what you're aiming, okay? Because this is what Sages do. All right? Sages, they have their arrows and they'll pull it out, okay? And Sages have a bigger picture in mind, so they can see past other people at a wider perspective than most people can. That's why they miss details. Because they're so obsessed with the bigger picture. They see their goal. Nobody else sees it. But they see it. And it's way, way the hell out there. Okay, but they grab their arrow, they shoot it, and it's aimed, and they hit their target. And then they got to go retrieve that arrow. They basically got to go retrieve what they killed, right? Like, if we're talking, like, if we're going back to, like, back in the day when we used to hunt and kill our own food, like, you got to go retrieve what you want, right? Like, and for Sages, they only get so many arrows, so they got to go get their arrow. Even if it doesn't work out, they still got to go get it because they need that arrow to go shoot at something else. You have some sort of arrow that you haven't shot out yet. So it's like until you shoot that, you're not going to be able to achieve your goal. You have to pick something, Virgos. It's a weird message coming through. And education might be important for you guys. Research and development. I'm not sure if you're in research and development. You might want to look into getting in that. At home, my concern at home is arguments. It is, okay, Virgos, it's the silent treatment. If you're living with people, don't give them the silent treatment, all right? Because what that is that's passive aggressive behavior. If something's bothering you, it needs to be said. And, okay, I feel like you're going to overcome that, all right? You need to do some sort of reflection on your own behavior, all right? Like, in Virgos, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm a Sag Sun with the Sag Mercury, all right? That's as forthcoming as you can get, man. Like, I'm definitely the person around Christmas time you do not want to tell what you got who for Christmas because people know how to milk it out of me. I have a very hard time, like, keeping that a secret. Or my mom, um, I've only done it twice, and I did it as a child, and it was an accident. Families never let me live it down. But you have the Four of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, which the Knight of Pentacles is it's the friend, but it's the apprentice card. Okay, I don't care how old you are, if you're 30, 40, 50. Okay, there's times where you need to not get knocked down to the knight stage because you have to continuously learn. All right, and learning how to communicate with your loved ones is a big deal. Could be like a fight you had with a sibling or somebody, and it's like learning to put your differences aside and not hold on to grudges. Forgiveness might be needed with somebody, but it's also seeing what part you played in it, right? Because it takes two to tango. You could have children that are, uh, if you have children that are getting rowdy, it's because their energy is not being distributed equally. They have too much energy. So you might need to, yeah, dance could be really good for them because I am seeing water, uh, which is fluid. It's movement. They need movement. and it's artistic. They might need to draw, they might need to paint or dance might be good for them. Even if you have a son, hip hop dancing, like or sports, outside sports. For somebody, if you have a son, he might be very good at hockey. That's such a Canadian thing. I'm seeing hockey, but I'm seeing soccer, but I'm seeing dance, fluid. They need to get their energy out. Yeah, and you need to apply your creativity. This is the um Knave of Chalices, and that's I was just feeling water and creativity. Virgos, if you have things at work that you want to suggest, then you suggest them, all right? You have solutions, not problems. Okay? And you have solutions that are very practical and grounded and that are going to create a positive change. The sense of self-confidence here, you need to gain that. And then for some of you, it was like I was saying that okay, guy's pretty firm and stern on his ways, all right? It's Aries. My mom's an Aries. I know she will. They're quite magical. They really are. I'm not gonna lie. Um, my mom's met quite a few famous people. I haven't met any. Actually, it's not. Sylvester Stallone and Halle Berry. Uh, I met them. And Sylvester Stallone's a lot shorter than you would think. Halle Berry, oh my god, she's like gorgeous. She was super nice too, very nice. But she's one of those people that are like 10 times hotter in real life than what you see on TV. They filmed Batman out here, actually, and they just filmed. It was just down the street from where I live. That show. I don't know what it's called. I've never even seen it. But it's based on the Archie comic books. I'm actually a little upset because the Archie comic books were happy-go-lucky, and they took it and they turned it into some sort of horror show. Uh, but they filmed that out here, and then last week they had another show, Lucifer, filmed out here as well. Uh, and I used to work beside the people that made the sets for them. Pretty cool. Uh, but there's some sort of stubbornness here. We have to ensure that you're not. And look, if you see in here, he's got a bow too. You gotta shoot that bow. But you gotta your creativity. Your creativity is important, you guys. All right, you guys. Hopefully that helped you out. Namaste. Ciao for now. You guys got a much longer one. I apologize for that. Hopefully that helped you out, and I will talk to you soon. Namaste.